We're here today to see if you can beat Fallout 3 with only 15 shots. Now, I did something similar to this in Fallout New Vegas. But I used explosive shot and power leveled through the Good Springs exploit. There's not really such a thing for Fallout 3 to do that. So we're just going to be using the Alien Blaster. Going to have 15 shots. We're not going to have companions fight our battles for us. Mind you, if the game gives us a companion to use, like Fox, when we have to go get the Gek, then that's fine. Beyond that, we're not avoiding combat in the way that we're not going to be using speech or anything like that. So, let's jump into it. You'll notice I'm already in Smith Casey's garage because you can run there straight from the vault. It's easy enough. Avoid some dogs, avoid mole rats. Kite him around, jump in, run straight into the vault, get your vault suit, jump into the pod. Easy enough. You can get there within 15 minutes, bypass like half the game. It's pretty cool. Love when games put this sort of stuff into it. It's also one of the reasons I love New Vegas so much. In Tranquility Lane, come in, house directly to the left is the abandoned house. Punch in the music code thing, which I'm going to skip most of. Initiate the Chinese invasion, then you can get the fuck up out of here. Short, sweet, and to the point. And we've rescued Liam Neeson from the cryopod augmented virtual reality thing.
Son.
Still haven't used any of our ammo because we don't need to. There's only like 2 parts in this game where you have to I'm going to say resort to combat. Anyway, we head to Megaton, sell off a few things we've picked up, get a free set of armor, and pick up the Wasteland Survival Guide quest so that we can do that later. For right now, we're not going to worry about it, not until we need some levels. As we're heading to Rivet City, we mark the Citadel on the map so it's easier to fast travel back to later on. We get some raiders from under the bridge to follow us so that the Brotherhood can take care of them, and we can get some free shit, really, to sell off. Because while we can't kill anything, we can kite shit into other people to get killed. After that, we continue on to Rivet City, talk to Liam Neeson again. He tells us to meet him at the Jefferson Memorial. We stop off in the marketplace to pick a few things up. Just like in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, if anything's sitting out, you can pick it up, move it over into a corner so that you can then steal it later. I take all the rat-away and drugs and stuff I can from the drug dealer, really. Take all the weapons from Flak and Shrapnel. And I also take all the clothing and whatnot from the armor dude. It's easy enough to do. Same thing like you would in New Vegas, just move it here. Make sure you're hidden, grab it all. Easy enough. Head over to the memorial and let Liam Neeson take out a few super mutants for us. He's not really all that good at combat, but he is essential, so we just let him take them out. Takes a little while. We can then loot the super mutants. Before we head into the memorial proper, I toss down a save, because I don't know if it's RNG with how they spawn, but I've found that between like 7 and 15 of them spawn in the memorial, depending on your level and a few other things. As I come in, I let the turret take out a couple of them. That way I don't have to waste ammo on them. Because this is one of like 2 quests that you have to kill something in. Well, technically only 1 quest, but we're not doing the speech route, so it's nothing to worry about. Down to 14 shots, 13 shots now. And this right here is where we're going to be using most of our ammo, as you would figure. Down to 12 now. Head into the rotunda. If that's how you pronounce it, I have no idea. Take out the Super mutant on the left. The one on the right here came in because they can enter through load cells. There is a way around that. I'll get into that later. Take out the brute in here. Leaves us with 9 shots. At this point, I didn't know if I'd be able to make it, so head down into the basement. Take out a few super mutants here and here. And drops us down to 7 shots. The next 2 line themselves up. 6 and 5, right there. Then I look around for a while, find the next one. Drops us down to 4. And then down to 3. And I think it's bugged because nothing procs. And then finally it does say, hey, you know, you cleared them all out. You can go tell them that you're good. Leaves us with 3 shots.
Are you all right?
We're on track at this point.
Proud of you.
Which is good. Head back to Liam Neeson, tell him about it. He tells us to go flip the switch for the flood thing, the pumps. And then he gives us the fuses, which he could have given us to begin with, and then we have to go flip another switch. Why they wouldn't have these switches up top where they could just flip them is beyond me. We listen to him on the intercom. He tells us to go turn a knob in a thing. Also never saw the super mutant here when the Enclave shows up, so that was interesting. I don't understand this tunnel pipe thing. Like, if the water has to be below this point to flow through it, otherwise it's useless. As we make it through the Enclaves here, because the Enclave's always here. Head on up out, just avoid them. Their laser weapons do not significant damage to us. Head on into the Rotunda again. Listen to the whole General... Well, I was going to say General Oliver, but that's New Vegas. Colonel Autumn. Liam Neeson dies. Wait for the thing to proc. Good old Bethesda jank going on right now. It's not until they finish their funny little dance that Dr. Lee actually registers that James is dead and we need to get the fuck out of here. And now we get to try to make it to the tunnel. This was the most annoying part of this entire fucking run. She would not go into the tunnel. I spent a good 10 minutes trying to figure out how to get her to get into the thing. I went in the tunnel, I waited and waited, came back out, tried to push her toward it so that I went down into it, she'd follow suit. Didn't work. I eventually had to go back up out of it. Kite the Enclave around the other way while she stayed near the thing. Right here. Try to kite the Enclave away from her so that when she gets close to it, she'll go into it. That didn't work because she just cowers over here in the corner. Then runs off in the opposite direction. This was the most annoying thing in this entire fucking run. Couldn't stay up there all the time, so I tried, okay, maybe if I wait now, she'll come down. And she did, finally. Although for that shit, next time I play Fallout 4, I'm making sure she dies.
We'll be right behind.
Finally get her to follow us. And then we could just run through the entirety of the tunnels to the Citadel. There's nothing significant that happens there. When we come up out, there's a few raiders that get smoked by the Brotherhood. She yells at Elder Lyons to let us in. We get let in.
I need to rest. Like, Rothschild should
Talk to her one last time. Talk to Lyons. He tells us to get power armor training. We get power armor training.
Heard you were
Cool.
coming. Yeah, I can. Anyway. Now look.
One of the quickest ways to do it. This is less than, I think, an hour into the run. Hour and a half. Find out where the Gek is. And I figure, okay, at this point, I need another level. Because I want to take the Child at Heart perk. So I don't have to fuck around with Paradise Falls. So I'm going to do the Wasteland Survival Guide shit. All the stuff that doesn't involve killing anything or anything like that. Head to the Super Duper Mart. Find the food. Find the chem stash back here in the back. Head back to Moira. Whatever. Head back to her. Tell her we got it all handed in and whatnot. Some free, easy experience points. Because we will need one more level to take Child at Heart. I've been taking intense training to up my charisma, since I keep it at a 1 for most runs.
Well, all right.
Tell her all about it. She's happy to know that, yes, you could still get food there, even like 200 years later, although technically the food that's there was brought there by the raiders. Doesn't matter. Head on down, drink a bunch of Atom juice, and then head back up to her when we're heavily irradiated. Gives us a little perk to where I do believe radiation heals crippled limbs or something. It's always just good to have. You know, it doesn't take any more time to get it.
Well, you're alive. Oh, that's the good news.
Yeah, well, usually is good news. Gotta head to Minefield now. Pop a stealth boy. You can run around picking up as many mines as you want. Well, a couple of the vehicles and stuff are rigged to well, I was going to say rigged to explode, but technically it's Arkansas, whatever the fuck the guy's name is, shooting them. Because the sound effect and whatnot. They're staged to explode as you get closer to them. I run around picking up a bunch of landmines, go to the town center, go back to Moira, whatever.
My very own landmine. Oh,
I picked up a bunch of the landmines, and I'm holding on to them for the reason of use later. Not to use them to attack, but you'll see. You'll see. Cripple a couple of our limbs. Don't know how you cripple your chest, but whatever. Take significant damage, come back to her.
That makes a lot of sense.
She heals us up. We get more experience points and some medicine? Stim packs. And this is what we needed the landmines for. You can toss them down and pick them back up right here behind the guard for Craterside Supply. Every time you pick them up, it's between like 5 and 15 experience or something. They never programmed out disarming your own mine when it's getting ready to go off as not giving you experience. But it does. So every time you toss one down and pick it up, it's free experience points. You can sit here for as long as you want. Tossing them down, picking them up, tossing them down, picking them up. It's not a quick way to get experience, but an easy way to get experience. Make sure you're not, you know, shooting people or running around doing a bunch of quests, wasting time. And like that, we've reached level 7. I dump pretty much all my points into medicine so that stim packs heal more. And then I take Child at Heart, which means we can continue on where we need to go, which is to Little Lamplight at this point. Closest spot I have to Little Lamplight is Smith Casey's garage. And at this point, the Brotherhood Outcasts are here as like a checkpoint, although they haven't taken it yet. But hey, I get a free set of power armor out of the deal, which is nice. I have power armor training at this point too, so I could just use it. I was waiting to see if the other guy got killed so I could repair the armor some, but he didn't. Even when the truck explodes, he's fine. So, slightly damaged Outcast armor, which beats what we were wearing before. We also get nuked by a truck.
Hold it right there,
Head to Lamplight, use the Child at Heart perk to get in. Literally, just so I didn't have to run up to Paradise Falls and deal with the slavers. Since I'm not evil, they're not going to automatically let me in. And to use the Mesmetron, I would consider
Pretty funny. Why don't you come?
not using... Well, counting against the run as a whole. I run straight to Murder Pass and save load my way through the wall. It's easier than talking to people. Takes all of just a few seconds. I haven't played Fallout 3 in a minute, so it takes a little while to find the sweet spot to get back in. Sometimes you can just clip through and through, but I like to clip out and then back in. And if you were to drop off, you don't need to worry about dying or anything. Every Bethesda game, you go into the void, you go to the 0 coordinate of the cell you're in, which for here is in the cavern. I'm just going to speed through, running through Murder Pass here. I'm not killing anything, so it's not entertaining. I did get turned around once. I keep forgetting you run in and then run behind the sandbags, and that leads you to where the vault entrance is. The rest of it is just kind of a place where they live. Now, you notice I'm loading the game from the quick save of when I just came in. Well, the autosave. When I first came in. I noticed that if you do that, nothing follows you from the cell beforehand. So it makes it so you don't need to worry about being followed from cell to cell by shit trying to kill you. I use it quite a bit when moving through the entirety of the vault. Figure just speed through the entire process of it. I always take the wrong turn down the wrong set of stairs here too. Then load it again, make sure nothing follows us. Got enough shit to deal with right here by Fox. Talk to Fox, figure, hey, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of shit running after me. And I don't want to deal with a small, crowded hallway where the Gek is. So, I'm gonna let Fox out. He's gonna deal with the shit for me, and he's gonna grab the Gek. So I don't need to worry about that. He's out, he's doing his own thing. Just hide in his cell for a little bit while he takes them all out with a super sledge. Why he couldn't use the super sledge to get out, I don't know, but Fallout doesn't really ever think ahead. Those things were made to literally take out concrete bunkers, so he could have used it to get out of his cell. Speed ahead to when we're at where the Gek is, because it takes fucking forever to walk there. Technically a companion, but technically not a companion, right? He does his own thing on the way there. You can talk to him and trade things with him. You can even take a sledgehammer. I did it in one of the runs I did. Only time he has that sledgehammer. Next time you see him, he has a Gatling laser. So if you like to collect uniques and collectibles and whatnot, now would be the time to get the hammer. Send him in to get the Gek. I sit here in the corner and pop a stealth board just because I can. Wait for him to come out. Seems like you don't know where we are, which I thought was a nice little touch there. It's probably just his idle animation. Talk to him, head out, get kidnapped by the government. It's always fun. Wonder where the grenade comes from. I guess it's supposed to come from up there somewhere, but I was looking at that, and where the hell is that, like, lead to? It'd make sense if they tossed it in through the door, but they didn't, and they dropped it down through the chute. Pipework? Ductwork? I don't know. That all has to go somewhere, and it's not like someone's standing up there. Anyway, we all know how this goes here with the Enclave. There's not really too many ways it could play out. Autumn talks to us, tries to get the code. I mean, you can give him the code, in which case he just shoots you in the head. President calls him away. President tells everyone here to stand down. We go talk to the president. He always makes us take the FEV. Doesn't matter. On my way out, I take all of the armor and weapons off of every Enclave member for the sole reason of the Brotherhood outcasts will always accept all high-tech shit. And we're going to stock up on stim packs that way. It's going to take us a fucking long time to get to Fort Independence from where we are, but it's worth it. We end up with almost 200 stim packs by the end of that. Talk to Fox. He comes here to help us and then doesn't really do anything. And then just kind of fucks off because we're not high enough karma for him. Even though he considers us a friend and came here to save our lives, he won't accompany us to do something super fucking important for everybody else. I mean, whatever works for him. So we slowly start trudging down to Fort Independence. At this point, we have quite a few stim packs anyway, so we can heal through most shit. Loot the Enclave members out here the Fox took care of. Every laser rifle is like 5 stim packs. Every laser pistol's like 2 or 3. Set of armor is worth like 10. 7 to 10, I think. Not including the helmet. Make our way down there. The outcasts, of course. Mop up whatever raiders are attacking them. I don't know why people would attack people in power armor. Right? The later games pretty much show it off as a fucking mobile tank. So why not? Get rid of all the tech that we've been hoarding just for this occasion. Still encumbered. Doesn't matter. Get everything else traded off to him. Head back to the Brotherhood, since we're in the end game at this point.
Thank you. I'll see to it.
Talk to Lyons. He's
Perhaps we have underestimated
first not willing to do anything, but as soon as he sees shit's changed just some, he's all for it. Watch the crane lift Liberty Prime out. And I always wondered when I came walking out, well, why do they need to reopen the gate for us? Because I never realized that the gate is opened by the crane that lifts Liberty Prime out. So for them to lift him out, the gate had to be closed so that they could lift him out. And now they could use it again to open the gate back up. I like little details like that. We're just going to skip through the entirety of escorting Prime. I'm stopping and waiting an hour at a time to just get him to skip further along his, well, march. Loot what I can from when I can. What I can from what I can. That's what I meant to say. That we can get him all the way down there without too much heartache and hassle. Wait for him to do his thing. And here we are at the end game. Now, the Jefferson Memorial is full of Enclave soldiers, but you don't need to do anything about them. They're not really dangerous or anything. They're using the same laser and plasma weapons that all the other Enclave members use. The guys in Tesla armor hit a little harder, but that's it. Head straight to the Rotunda. Save load just to make sure none of those guys back there follow us.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Talk to Autumn.
You and your
He does his
hell
whole
bent on destroying everything.
fucking
There's nothing
spiel.
You're
Say you're gonna kill him.
Watch your spaces.
Walk around the pillar, take out the blaster. You gotta love VATS. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. Every time I try to click on him,
Watch your spaces.
it defaults to Sarah Lyons, so I have to get a different angle on him. Here I go, designating my last 3 shots. 1 for Autumn, 1 for each of his fucking goons here. 2, 1, and 0. Out of ammo. But that's fine because that's the end of the game. If you had high speech, you could talk your way out of this situation.
By now, the pride
I figured there was no sense in it, right?
Let's
Head into it without a speech build. You have to take out, well, the only enemies you have to kill are always in the Memorial. The super mutants and then Autumn and his soldiers that flank him. Which is 3 right there. You could just kite around and let Sarah take care of them with her whatever weapon she's fucking using at the time. Sometimes she'll pick up random weapons from the march between the Citadel and the Memorial. Quite a few times she's picked up the a sniper rifle for some reason. You could let her take them out. Just hang back. Along with if you get a good spawn, you're low enough level and get a good spawn in the Memorial for the super mutants, you can get between like 7 and maybe even like 17 super mutants there, but I don't know when it's decided, right? So every time I tried it, I had like the same amount no matter what. Punch in the code, finish the game. So yes, you can finish Fallout 3 with only 15 shots. If you get a good spawn for super mutants at a low enough level, I was level 4 when I hit the Memorial, and have someone else take care of Autumn, you could probably get this down below 10. But it all hinges on a good enough spawn for the super mutants here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We got a bunch of random shit coming out this month. Figure why not? It's the spooky time of year. Might as well enjoy it, you know? Again, thanks for watching. Take care.